Now, you go from 5'5" to 6 feet.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to look in the mirror after the fourth surgery and you're looking at yourself as a 6 foot tall man for the first time in your life?
It was real weird because so oddly enough, your mind takes a while to process the fact that you're taller. So you can't actually you'll look in the mirror, but you don't actually feel like anything changed. It takes a little bit of time for your mind to process it. You don't actually, because you seeing it in it's just like a growth spurt. You don't realize you're taller until you get around other people. So I didn't realize how tall I was until I got back out into the world and realized I didn't feel tall, but at the same time, I'm taller than most people everywhere I go. So it's...
Yeah, I mean, I'm like 6'2".
Yeah.
So before the interview, you and I kind of stood side by side, and it's like, okay, we're pretty close now in height. And with me, I'm significantly taller than both of my parents, but that's because they grew up in Ukraine. I came to America when I was about 4 or 5. And I think the diet I had access to here in terms of milk and vitamins and so forth just caused me to grow more than they did. I think. I have no other idea.
Yeah, I definitely think my diet played a part in it because, we struggled a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lower income
or
neighborhood.
he probably had a tall relative on either his mom or his dad's side.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the kids don't inherit the height.
Maybe like the grandparents.
Grandparents, yeah. It could skip a generation. So it's usually genetics, but he's right about that. If you take care of yourself growing up, yeah, you can up it a little bit, but I don't think it's that drastic. You had nobody tall in your family. One child ain't gonna just come out 6'7". I don't believe that. I don't see that.
That's a miracle, baby, bro.
Yeah, miracle, big miracle.
You don't have access to the best food. Kids end up not being as tall. Yeah. So now you're 6 feet tall, but you have to learn how to walk again.
Mm-hmm.
You go crazy in the gym.
Absolutely.
I think you actually asked if there was a gym in the studio.
I did.
There's a Planet Fitness next door.
Yeah. So I thought about looking up a gym, but I end up just figuring it out yesterday. I just spent all yesterday in the gym. So.
Okay, got it. How much time do you spend in the gym?
It just depends on the day. It depends between 4 to 8, sometimes more.
4 to 8 hours.
4 to 8 hours.
This is a part-time job or a full-time job, depending on what day you go.
Just depends.
I mean, how do you support yourself if you're in the gym, essentially full-time?
Well, I have, like I said, I'm back into business now, so I have my business going on. I have a few other things going for myself, all legit. I'm all legit now.
Okay.
But I just have a few different things going on for myself at this time in my life.
Right now, how long ago was your last operation?
Last May or June. 2023 May or June, not 2024.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
Walking around, do you walk as well as you used to walk?
Pretty much. The way I walk around, you wouldn't, unless I'm tired, really tired, or I've been sitting down for too long, you wouldn't even know I had surgery when I'm walking around.
Okay, not me noticing, but you yourself. Walking 5 blocks, exactly the same as before, or a little bit different?
Nah, I start to feel my legs will start to feel very tired. My legs are very heavy, mainly because of the rods and the new, so my legs get heavy.
So you actually, you're lugging around the metal rods.
They get pretty heavy.
It was water.
How much weight did you gain before and after? I mean, in terms of just...
When I did the surgery, so I was, like I said, I was back on track with life, so I had put on all this weight in the gym every day, going hard. Did the surgery. By the time from that 6 months, I was eating as much as I could, working out every day. I still lost 50 pounds.
Okay.
So I was pissed. I was pissed about that. That was probably the one downfall for me.
How long did it take from the last surgery, a year and a half ago, to start walking more or less normally?
A year.
A year.
Oh my goodness.
Actual normal.
By the way, for context, so this man right here, he went viral for getting that height surgery that's so famous nowadays. And he actually had a promo video where they were promoting it, the office that did it for him. I mean, the clinic or whatever that did it for him. And basically he went on a date with the chick, and she was still, giving him pushback and all this other stuff. He was still dealing with the same issues. But in the promo video, basically, he was just kind of showing how his lifestyle changed a lot after getting the height surgery. And I guess this is more like an update on his current life at the moment, like after everything was said and done. Let him finish.
A year and some change.
Now, what's scary though, I mean, you were talking about this a while back, is that some people don't take the rehab very seriously.
Absolutely.
And they end up never walking normally again.
That is true.
Which is terrifying.
Yeah.
You go in to get taller and you end up with the inability to properly walk.
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen this.
Absolutely.
Wow. Why do you think this happens?
Well, I already knew this would be the case. I knew this would work out like this when I saw a lot of, when I met some of the people, you know what I mean? Their mindsets was a little bit more immature. And I had a lot of maturing to do myself, a lot. But they had a very immature mindset. They didn't look at life, they looked at life as, not as serious. So a lot of people just didn't take rehab serious at all, or didn't do any rehab, which didn't make sense to me. And everybody would think I'm crazy because they're like, why do you spend so much time in the gym? Like, this is my ability to walk. I did something, I know it's crazy. I know. I did something crazy to myself, and no matter what happened, if I used to laugh at myself, like on days where I thought maybe I'll never walk right again, I would be so frustrated, but I would laugh because I'm like, that's your dumb ass, you did it. And I just keep pushing, like, okay, all I can do is keep going.
Well, one thing I will give him credit for, at least he's self-aware. Because a lot of people would do this putting their full trust into it, not realizing how much work it may actually take to recover from that, bro. Like that is shocking to the body, bro. Like that's not something you just recover from, like these chicks with their like BBLs and stuff or whatever.
BBLs to take recovery. That's like the most dangerous surgery. They've been leaking from the butts and everything.
A lot of people didn't have that like mental forefront. They was just like, I did the surgery, cool, I'm taller.
That's it. I'm done.
That's it. I'm done. Yeah. This is what I've learned is anything that you do is a lifestyle. Like people in the gym will tell you going to the gym is a lifestyle. People in their career field will tell you this is a lifestyle. I have to gear my life around this. So that's the same. That's no different with the surgery. Like recovery, when you're something like this, the body was never meant to undergo. The body was not. This is traumatic to the body. Mm-hmm. The body is The body's ability to recover is astonishing. It's amazing. I was a combat medic. The body can recover from some crazy shit, but it was never meant to recover from something like this. So you have to push yourself a little bit harder than you're used to. And they just
going against what they say, going against God, bro. Going against God's creation.
Didn't have that mindset, and it was unfortunate for them. But at the same time, they made the same choice I made. They signed the same paper I signed. So
these were all men.
Men and women.
Was there women there as well?
Absolutely.
Really? Why would women get height surgery?
Most of them said something about flight attendants have to be a certain height or modeling. That's what they said. I don't know anything about that, but most of them said.
A new job, man.
Most of them said flight attendants have to be a certain height, models have to be a certain height. That was the two biggest things because it was some very pretty women there. So
okay, so some of the women were very attractive.
Yeah.
How about the men?
Someone was it was different layers. It was different tiers of men there. There was some businessmen, very respectable. There was some very like charismatic men. Same, like they just to them, there's just another check in the box. They just improving the quality of life because we all know you don't need height, but height definitely help, especially like in the dating field or like, the height definitely helps. So you don't need it, but it's cool to have. So some of them was, they was cool, like cool looking guys, charismatic businessmen, successful men, and then others were, I won't get too deep into it, but it made sense why they were there, in a sense. And I say that.
That's messed up. Man, Look, I get it that he has the success to prove why the height surgery worked for him. But to all the guys listening to this, please don't do this. Like, you gotta understand. Like, now he must date at least a woman who's as his height or taller, because when they have kids, they're not gonna get that height that you used on that surgery. They're gonna get the natural height you was born with.
Exactly.
So, and if you choose to have kids, that is. And another thing, it's just that, but I made up the word, but the heightism in the U.S. is crazy, bro. Like, why? Why? Like, why do y'all? I blame partially social media for it, but growing up, that was never a thing. Like, it was never like yes, it was cool if you were tall, but it wasn't like the end all be all. It wasn't like, you couldn't do certain things if you wasn't a certain height. You just had to work harder than others sometimes when it came to certain things. But yes, there are some professions that require you to be a certain height or whatever. And it's just like, if you can't walk straight, what's the point? Like, okay, now you say you want to get into modeling, but your legs are heavy. So you can't even, you're gonna be flopping.
Right
Yeah.
way.
You still gonna be awkward. And plus it doesn't change your body, your upper body either. Like they were just talking about that, about his frame. He still looks like a shorter guy in his frame. His upper body doesn't match the legs. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like, people are going to recognize those subtle differences. It's the same thing with BBLs, because, they don't match. You could tell they don't match the body. You could tell by just the way the person's body, it doesn't match it. And in this case, look like what they say, he's standing on stills or some stools, something. I forgot the word where they like make you taller to walk. I'm like, bruh, that is just, it's sad that dudes have to come to a point where they got to do stuff like that. It's just, like I said, his success story is fine, but there are dudes who are never walking again because they didn't take it serious. Like he said, they didn't do the proper procedure that they signed up to do. They half-assed it, and now they lost their legs forever.
That's crazy.
And I wanted to show this clip. This is a chick that we reacted to, I think like a couple days ago, and come and find out, this was on her same page. This relates exactly to what we're talking about.
5'9". Again, we said we were being open-minded. I don't like when they write too much. Do I like men? Do I? X. Yeah, what X? What X? Next one, Joe. My simple pleasures, gonzos. 6'3". I'm gonna Google what gonzos are. What are gonzos? I need to find out because Joe likes gonzos. Oh, do you know what I hate? Is when they put random pictures. Like, how am I supposed to judge you, bro, if you've got a picture like that? I don't like penguins. Guys, look at the picture.
Yeah, y'all deserve to get trolled.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Bruh. So, as you can see, Exhibit A, like, how she judged that guy just off of his height. And this is the stuff that I'm talking about. This was the same chick crying about the fact that dudes over 35 shouldn't be worried about whether a woman has kids or not. They should lower that standard. Bruh.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
You out of your mind, bro. Like, what? Like, so this is what I'm talking about. How you gonna talk? It's crazy how they try to say like, well, what is it? Women can't have standards, bro. This is how somebody was born, bro. This is not even like you created those children. That's not something you was born with. These dudes are born with their height. That's not something you can just undo. And even you see the surgery, right? He got to go through this dangerous surgery to appeal to what?
This ain't really appealing nothing because this is coming from a guy that's 6'2", and yes, I mean having height helps, but the games never stop. Like just because you got taller, don't mean that you're gonna stop playing games with you. It's still gonna be the same BS. Maybe not as much as the other folks she does it to, but it's still gonna be the same thing. Like I understand, I guess it's kind of weird me saying it because I'm a tall guy, you should know how it feels and blah blah blah. I mean, yes. I mean, it's I ain't gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna be like, nah, I don't want to be this height, but it don't take away the problems that you're gonna go through anyway when it comes to dating. It's not like a free gateway card of immunity of the BS and dating. You see, have to go through it. So I like going to this extreme. Like I this personally me, I wouldn't even recommend anybody doing that. Like that's like you putting such a traumatic force event on your body, and you don't know how this stuff is going to be when you turn old. You guys even realize that? Like when you turn old, are you going to be still able to function when you to walk and do your daily activities? It's probably cool now because this person here is young and he does his due diligence to work out, but if he gets to a certain period when he gets older, it starts to be having more on effect on him. He's not as much, he's not as strong and more efficient with his body. Like that's a lot of things to consider when you go to this type of surgery. It's like that to me, it's not worth it.
It's the insecurities that the country builds in people. Like, oh, I'm not muscular enough. Oh, I'm not tall enough. I'm not this. I'm not that. And all social media does is amplify whatever your insecurities are. They double down on it and make you feel bad about having those insecurities. But it's like, bro, like y'all creating this toxic culture, bro. Y'all the ones creating these things. Like y'all making it like a norm to go to the extreme to compensate what you lack in naturally or whatever the case is. And it's messed up. Now, yes, for the strong-minded people like us and other individuals, they're gonna overcome it. They're not gonna look at this and be like, yeah, whatever. But it's just insane to me, like that people think they could just like God made you the way you were, bro, for a reason, bro. No matter, I mean, I'm a firm believer in God, obviously. So I believe everything happens for a reason. If you were born short, you were born short for a reason. There's plenty of reasons behind it, but it's just like you doing something like to the extreme like this, bro, and losing your ability to walk. That's why I played, because there's multiple parts. Y'all could go watch it on his channel on Vlad. He has like multiple parts, but I wanted to play that part specifically. That look how strenuous it was. Like if you didn't follow that procedure to a T, you end up losing your ability to walk altogether.
He's working like a part-time shift. He's working a part-time shift to work out.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, if I get a surgery like that, I better like point a finger, and the girl she better not give me no back talk, bro. I'm talking about point a finger, come to me right now. Like, if I'm risking my life to do something like that, bro, get privileges, bro. I need privileges with it too, bro. Like, ain't no way, bro. That is just insane to me. And like I said, bro, like a lot of these, they don't realize that it's gonna make the country fall apart when they keep promoting these type of things, man. Bro, people are gonna it's just gonna get worse and worse. And it's just like, hence, the PB movement, It's just like, bro, no, bro. If they don't want to accept me here because I'm not 6 whatever, then F them, bro. Like, get out of here, bro. Like, move out the way so I can get my bread and go somewhere else where heightism isn't a thing. Like, it's just insane. But like I said, prayers to those people that never walked again. That's tough, man. That's tough to hear. That's tough. And they're not gonna talk about that. It's funny that he's like, yeah, I know. He was like, even he knew himself, like, yeah, don't be like me, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the only one, I'm the rare few that overcame this. I'm like, bruh, that says enough right there, bro. That this surgery is not worth it. But y'all let us know what y'all think, man. Would you get this height surgery as a guy? Would you do it?
Don't do it.
But other than that, we'll get out of here.
All right. So if you guys have anything you guys want to say about the video or our opinions about it, please leave it in the comment section down below. And also, if you want to support us even more, check out the merch. We'll have a link for that in the description box. So once again, we appreciate you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell if you haven't already. If you guys have any recommendations or feedback, hit us up on our social media or email down below. And we see you guys in the next video.
Peace.